Jedrick Wills not on the list of the top 25 that they ranked. How important is it for him to kind of develop and move up that list? I mean, keep in mind they switched him from right to left, and that's a bigger deal than most people realize. How important is it for him to kind of take that next step?
It's huge. And I always thought it was a little strange. His grade on PFF I know was low, but just, that eyeball test and seeing what it meant to have a guy out there that you could rely on. And I thought he was really good in some running plays, sealing the edges for Nick Chubb. And so I think there was a little disconnect maybe between what PFF graded him and just kind of watching him on a week-to-week basis. The key last year was you just didn't want him to go out there and be a mess. Making that transition, not having an off-season program, the recipe was there for it to just not go well for him his rookie year. But the Browns were willing to throw him out there, and I thought he responded well. I thought he showed you that he can lock down that position for a long time. Is he ever going to be the best left tackle in football? I don't know. I don't think he needs to be. He just needs to be consistent, show up every week, and make sure that left side, Baker Mayfield's blind side, is protected.
It'll be interesting to see his development just from the standpoint of he gets a year of Bill Callahan actually being able to work with him in non-game plan settings. Remember, once you get into the regular season, you're doing mostly game planning, and I mean there's certain drills, but he is going to be drilled on the technique that Bill Callahan is looking for pretty extensively coming up here.
Yeah, it really helps to have a guy who's probably the best offensive line coach in football. And the other thing that you hope to start getting and you really hope to have in training camp is he's going to be able to sit in that room with Joel Bitonio and Jack Conklin and J.C. Treader and all of these other guys that have been around. He's going to be in that offensive line room, and he's going to be able to learn from them and pick their brains. He's not going to be sitting at home on Zoom, where it's really difficult to do some of that stuff. So I think just being around that group and all those guys having, we talk about continuity for Baker. I think it matters that there's continuity on the offensive line. That's really hard to establish, and to have 5 guys that have played essentially a full season together, a couple injuries here and there. I think that's really enormous for his development.